Good morning, or afternoon, or after evening. Evening, all you beautiful bastards, bad bitches, and lovely, amazing dreamers out there. It is your captain, Dreamer, signing on for another lovely day of making whatever the hell style content this is, because even I don't know at this point. This channel is very much apparently a variety channel more than it is focused on. Well, I mean, today's video and yesterday's are going to be focused on it, but um, today is going to be more sensitive topics again because critiquing a certain country committing mass genocide right now is, you know, one of the best things I could do. So now it's also time to critique the country that is turning a blind eye to the country that is supporting mass genocide. And this video is going to mostly be about love, hate, and politics. So let's start with the last one of those three, right? Politics. It's everywhere, and I used to swear on my life that I would not get involved with it, and I never really did want to get involved with it. However, after a while of shoving your head so far in the dirt, it somehow winds up in your own ass. So, for some odd reason, and I don't know why, but my family, or at least a good portion of them, really, really, really believe in these billionaires that run our government. They're like, yeah, these people have to be able to predict what the economy is going to be like. They're toying with the economy like like a kitten toys with a fucking yarn ball. It don't make no fucking sense what you're saying. Okay, you're sitting here and critiquing North Korea and Russia about how they treat their dictators like a god. Yet you've got a man who's trying to be king and a dictator all in one, and you're defending him like he's some kind of god, when in fact all he's doing is raw dogging all of us. Literally all of us, okay? Supposedly, like, Gen Z is supposed to inherit 37 trillion. Like, no, that's not going to go to me. That's not going to go to most of the people that watch this video. It's going to go to their fucking children. And they're going to defend it with their lives and then use it to do terrible things to people and then pay off lawyers. Like, come on, follow the fucking money, people. It's not that difficult. So it just baffles me, okay? It just baffles me how we've gone from being something that has somewhat united the world in a way to essentially stabbing everybody in the back. And now we're all turning on one another as if we're not all experiencing the same suffering. It's almost like we're experiencing small scale communism or socialism, preferably the latter of the two. Because communism is a little bit worse. Socialism, you still have the freedom and also ability to be an individual, versus communism is just the government coming and wrecking shit. At least as far as I can tell. So it just confuses the living daylights out of me because what's going on? I am an alien. My rocket ship is human bones and skin. Yeah, what the fuck is going on, guys? Like, I don't get it. And we're deporting the people. I don't feel comfortable or safe talking about like all the aspects of my life, because that would be like too much information, and there is some level of privacy that still must be maintained, a private life that I do still have to be able to have, and I do have, but at the same time, I just sorry, I don't like. I mean, even for being a blind, I can see that this is off center. Let me put on my glasses. I'm blind without my glasses. There we go. Still looks a little off center. Well. I'm not perfect, okay? And, okay, look. Listen. Okay, I understand really, really, really well that, there are some terrible, terrible gang members in the U.S., like actual murderers and whatnot. the actual most abhorrent crimes you can commit. But that doesn't mean you get to just get rid of anybody because they don't look the same as you. Because again, even people that look the same as you can be terrible, awful people. Like, do you think that everyone is the same as you just because they look the same as you? That's not how that works. Okay, so why are we bombing? And I'm not going to say, obviously, we're all well aware that terrorism exists. Okay, it's not something that's going to just go away. Okay, and so long as we continue to supply the weapons for other people, a certain group in particular, to be able to commit these atrocities on this other group of people, we're no better than them. We're just no better than them. Okay, so let's put this into perspective, right? There was the war on drugs. That failed in epic proportions. And now there's the war on terror. And unfortunately, that is also failing in epic proportions. I mean, I get it. Listen, we don't want to have MADs in the hands of people that would most likely use it against us. That's reasonable. That's understandable, okay? But not any one government, or even apparently several governments, can really stop that from happening. It's called crime for a reason. Obviously, we know it exists, and we know that they're going to get their hands on it no matter what. So maybe, we can't let them have it, but at the same time, what can we really do to stop it if it's A, being smuggled out of our area, and B, even potentially possibly being smuggled out of the areas of people that we trust? So you're stuck in a weird catch-22 no matter which way you go. It's just one way or another, it's difficult to combat. Okay? It confuses the living daylights out of me, because, well, what are we doing? What are we wasting all of this? I mean, any one side, there's so many, and you'll probably hear, because this weekend I am planning on making a video of sorts with somebody close to me, and we'll probably talk about it. There's a good possibility we talk about it. But it's just so utterly complicated. What can you really do, you know? And I don't really think there is anything, okay? The most difficult part is we're supporting a group committing mass genocide, and now we're best friends with the person we've been enemies with for 70 plus years. Like, and we're angry at the person that supplies us with most of our technology. I mean, apparently, and this is just according to my sources, apparently 99%, or not even 99%, a large portion, I don't want to give any percentages, but a large portion of computer chips and whatnot are produced in the country that is currently committing mass genocide, because it doesn't really have earthquakes. It doesn't have tremors. It's one of the, like, most level places on the planet Earth. Most stable for some reason. And you need that when you're making computer chips and whatnot, or whatever it is. But that's kind of weird, considering, again, other places still produce chips and they still come out just as good, if not even possibly better than theirs. So, the math really just ain't mathin', you know? I just, I don't get it, because at the end of the day, I don't personally want to be a hateful person. But currently, I have nothing. I don't want to say nothing, but I have more and more and more reasons to hate than I do to love. Like, and the worst part is let's just validate this statement personally a little bit more further. I hate myself most of all. Like, look at me, privileged white boy with a. I'm not. I'm poor as fuck. Like, this computer, like, I had to strike a bargain because I got it as a graduation gift. I had to strike a bargain because my iPhone at the time was breaking and dying, and I wanted I wanted the 2080. I'm trying to make sure this lasts me as long as possible. And I was like, hey, yo, you guys buy me the new phone, I'll just pay for my 2080 myself. And they were like, deal. And, well, yeah, again, it's not like I'm sitting here not just struggling to make ends meet or anything, okay? I mean, and this was, I mean, again, I can't dive that far, at least not right now. But this was back during a even more tumultuous time in my life. So, like, what do I have to love right now, okay? And I don't know if it's just my and I'm gonna possibly in editing, hopefully it should be easy enough, throw some images up on screen. Oh, you know what? I can just do it right now, right? Let me put on my glasses right now. So I don't even have to edit because I suck at editing. I'd love to take an editing course, but I'm too afraid of education debt. Like, people I know still struggle with that shit. And they've been alive for, like, 2 times the amount of linear time than I have. So if their debt is still bothering them, what in the world makes you think I want to take on that kind of debt? I just don't. And I'm just not going to. Okay, I'd rather just take the money and run, which is why I work so much. I mean, I don't even work as much as I used to, but I've worked, I mean, I have so much love and passion for different fields like astronomy and, kind of like aerodynamics, science and whatnot. And, even nature and whatnot. Like, I do have a lot of things to love. It's just, it really seems like any way you go, a certain big brother and then even bigger brother, but little brother, because they're like the 51st state, and also they hate because they're wrong. By the way, the video that I posted yesterday about philosophy and religion, I posted it on TikTok. It was later in the evening, but its sound, which was nothing more than, I'm going to post this one too, which was nothing more than me talking. Like, I didn't have any background music or nothing. Its sound, which was just me talking, was a violation of community guidelines. Like, what? What is that about? So yeah, if you want to know who's really causing the problems, figure out who you can't critique, and that'll really sort it out for you. But I've been doing this little test of sorts, okay? I use Facebook still, unfortunately. And Instagram, by the way, for all of you people that use Instagram, is nothing more than a subsidiary of Facebook at this point. So, I mean, I don't want to say you're a hypocrite for using it, because, again, I still use Facebook just a little bit. I try not to, but Facebook, I use to more or less keep up with family and whatnot, and that's really about it. And I was basically getting a bunch of spam and propaganda, so I decided to start kind of listening to TikTok a little bit, right? And I saw a post not too long ago, I don't remember who from, but they were like, hey, you should just, like, I don't know, start blocking and hitting hide ads all the time. Which I have started doing on every platform, so that's every platform that I use at least. So that's Google, Facebook, and TikTok, really. Yeah, that's really about it. I don't have Instagram and I don't have Snapchat. I don't actually hop on Twitch all that much. Um, so I've basically become unadvertisable too, if that makes sense. Because I'm sick and tired of it. You know that age old like joke for like the past 5 to 12 years now is why is Facebook listening and why is Google listening and why are they getting ads? Like you don't even have to talk about it anymore. You can think about it, and for some odd reason it just fucking knows, which I find really alarming, really alarming. Um, so I'm just like, yeah, no, I'm done with that, and I've started hitting block ad, hide ads, not interested on like literally everything, including things that I'm interested in, just to see what happened. So let me pull these pictures up. Wow, it's already been 15 minutes of me just talking. So let's see. I can't show you the video because like again, family and personal feed and whatnot. But this is where I've gotten to. Let's pull up the other screen here. Oh wait, it's just black. Well, no, here I'll just so you can see it in action. What the? Okay. OBS is sometimes hard to use. All right, there we go. So this is what has happened relatively recently. Now, again, I've only been doing it for about 2 or 3 weeks, and I was just getting constant spam feed of random other things, random other posts, kind of just rage baity posts. And I just got tired of it, right? I just got really sick and tired of it. Not only rage baity, but just endless memes, which again, I'm all good for funnies. I love comedy. I'm just not like an upset person, a wrathful or anything. It's just, I'm bothered and disappointed in humanity that things are currently happening and going the way that they are. So after a while of just spamming all these block buttons, and I mean literally everybody and anybody that wasn't family, pages, groups, all of it. And this is what happens, And it just happens so often. It's like, I've never hit the end of my feed. Have you guys ever hit the end of your feed? Maybe that's what I should subtitle this video, hitting the end of my feed. That's a good point. But now I'm actually getting some democratic type content, which some people in my family don't like. In fact, I'm really realizing who and what my family are now because of it slightly. Not that I affiliate or support terrorism, but at the same time, I understand freedom fighters. So it's like, where is the line, and why does the goalpost keep moving? It's really difficult, and then eventually, a couple of other times, this one will happen as well. And again, I would show you the actual videos, but again, with me scrolling and whatnot, I do want to maintain some of the privacy of my feed and whatnot. But it's like, obviously this doesn't happen on TikTok, and Google has had trouble sometimes because, like, if you download just a Google app, right? I'm not talking like the Chrome app or nothing like that, just a straight up Google app. It'll give you like, I call them Google News cards. I used to read them out on previous videos, and even it's slightly adjusting its algorithm and whatnot, which obviously, we all are aware algorithms exist now, and they're very tailored to you as an individual. But it's having difficult times pinpointing me down now, because it's like, wait a minute, this dude doesn't. It's like this dude doesn't know himself. I do know myself, and I do know, more or less what's right and wrong. I don't even really think I need. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna take one if it ever comes to court, but it's like I almost don't even need a lawyer in my life anymore, because it's like, if you boil an ideology or a person's perspective to the baseline things that we all know, right? Golden rule type shit. Treat others how you want to be treated. All of a sudden, all the stuff that's happening in the world just stops making any logistical sense. And That, in my opinion, is incredibly wild because they want you to believe, whether you're Democrat or Republican or, you know, any of the other sides, I suppose, because there's bad people in each group, right? It's just how it works. About as far as I can tell, and again, there still are, but as far as I can tell, being independent at this point is literally your only option. Now, mind you, that doesn't stop them from nuking you or throwing a JDAM or, you know, coming down with a A10 Warthog on whatever it is or wherever it is you go off-grid living now. It's just, you know, they're trying to, at this point, even though it's like a violation of all decency, not only is Russia trying to do it, but I'm not going to be surprised if America's trying to get an orbital VSAT up there. They're trying to build the fucking Death Star at this point, okay? Have you not realized that we've gotten laser weapons? They are literally testing out laser weapons. Like, science fiction is starting to seem a lot more like science and less fiction. Oy, oy, oy. And we wonder why birth rates are declining and nobody wants to actually be on this planet anymore or something. I don't know. I mean, it just, yeah. Obviously, I think, once again, I'll say it, that the president of the one country you can't critique right now it's blue and white and has a star on it, the 51st star of the United States. Yeah, he needs to stop being protected, guys. Like, you actually want an end to this? Maybe get somebody in there who understands that trying to force God's hand and trying to ethnically cleanse places is not going to do it. All right? It's just not going to... It's most likely not going to happen in your time, man. It's really not. You look old and stressed out already. Kind of like every president we've had. Oh, well. Eventually, even I will become outdated and old. We all do. It's just, I realized that fact in, like, I don't know, 6th or 7th grade, maybe 8th. I was like, damn, well, that's going to be the way it is. I might as well just live my life, right? Like, that's kind of what we're sent down here to do. As far as I can tell, but maybe that's just too political, but... it's already reached almost 25 minutes, so I'm going to stop rambling. And one more thing I do want to say at the end of this video, actually, is that the next bit of, like, I guess, spam content, even though it's not spam content, and I only try and upload it, like, 1 videos of these per day, is going to be Gna. Nah. The Gnat. God of War Ragnarok beating them. So... be on the lookout for that if you have been enjoying the God of War content. And I hope all of you beautiful bastards, bad bitches out there, and amazing, lovely dreamers have a fantastic Friday. And this is your Captain Dreamer signing off. See you in the next video.